Good afternoon, everyone. I myself, aftab, from Computer Science Engineering Department, second year. Firstly, I would like to thanks my honorable teacher Somiji sir for giving us opportunity to present this topic, digitalization of paper process. I would also like to thanks my teammates as well for contributing in PPT. Prabhakar Kumar Srivastav, Prakash Rai, and I myself are going to present this topic, digitalization of paper processes. So we are going to start from contents. Uh, s- Firstly, we will discuss what is digitalization, and then we will discuss what is traditional paper processing, and then we will discuss disadvantages of processing which were traditionally used. And then we will move to the next section, which will describe the challenges for digitalization mechanism and how we're gonna implement this. And after that, we will move to the last segment of our presentation. This include advantages, disadvantages of digitalization of paper processes, and we will see some examples, and therefore we will conclude our presentation. And after that, students and teacher ask their question, whatever arises during the whole presentation. So let's begin with the digitalization of what is digitalization? Digitalization is basically a process of converting information data from physical form to digital form. Like we know how much, uh, like we know how much this digital world is dependent on data and collection of information, which needs to be stored digitally for a better efficiency. And then the next thing is digitalization of paper processing. This actually means conversion of paper-based document into digital or electronic format. Uh, Understand this with an example. Imagine a company that used to handle employee. Imagine a company that used to handle employee records like contract and performance reviews on paper. With digitalization, they scan these documents and store them electronically. Now, instead of searching through physical files, they can quickly retrieve and share this record with a few clicks. This saves time, reduce the risk of misplacing of document, and allows for the easier collaboration among the different departments. And then we will move to what is traditional paper processes. Uh, Traditional paper processing is like communicating using handwriting, keeping the handwritten letter, keeping important information in physical form, manually searching through stack of paper when you need something specific. The traditional paper processing is a lengthy process. In which this includes firstly creating a document, start writing on the physical paper, then copy and distribution. If we need a duplicate, if we need duplicate or one or multiple times written physical paper, uh, and then file and organization, place them in a folder, and then retrieve information. When information is needed, search them physically, and then manually update. If there in any changes needed, you have to cross them out or erase them or rewrite the whole information from start. And then uh, and and this includes also a physical security. You have to protect your documents from being stolen or from damage from disasters. uh, there are many disadvantages of traditional paper processing. Like we know, this is a very lengthy and time consuming process, and we need a lot of storage to contain a lots of document and papers, and we can't access them anywhere, any place. So many papers and files and organization are used, so it's very high cost. The most important, it is very, it impact environment very harsh, because it leads to deforestation, pollution, and there are many security risks. Like I said earlier, it can be easily stolen and lost. Uh, and inconvenient sharing requires physical distribution or mailing. Audit and compliance challenge complicated compliance and audit processes, reduced collaboration, limits real time collaboration and edits, and then last one, limited backup and recovery, vulnerable to disaster without easy backup option. And the rest of it I'd like to call Jay.
Hello everyone, hope you are having a great day. My name is Jayaprakash Rai and I am here to continue the presentation from with my teammate Shahid left. So as Shahid was discussing about the disadvantages of traditional methods of paper for processing. So as we all know that whenever we start to find loopholes in one method, we tend to find more new methods, and so is digitalization of both the processes. So let's discuss about the mechanism of paper processes. So first is scanning and digitalization, in which we just scan the offline documents with the help of a phone or anything and converts it into digital. Secondly is the automation, that is to automate the manual processes by using AI. Thirdly, we have got optimization, by which we can streamline the workflows processes in order to minimize errors and delays. Then we have a technology named optical character recognition, or OCR, by which we can convert the scanned text into machine or readable text characters. By the help of this, we can easily edit, manage, and search and also perform several other operations on it without any problem. Then whenever we try to scan any our document or data, we don't want it to be leaked or breached. So security plays a vital role in this. And so we need to take several security measures such as encryption and access controlling to protect it protect our data from unauthorized accesses. And lastly, we have got remote access, by which we can access the documents by different devices, data by different devices. And thus it promotes flexibility in work locations, and thus enhances work business continuity. So these were the different methods, when combined together, give us a smooth and efficient digitalization process. But only knowing with the mechanism is not enough. So we should also implement it to the ground level to get desired results. So let's discuss about the implementation of digitalization. So firstly, we have to analyze the current processes and look how we are handling the offline paper documents and tasks, and pick the one process from which we can start to digitalize our documents. And then we need to study our software or pick a tool by which we can smoothly do the entire process. And then we can simply scan the documents and convert it into digital, and then again learn about the software more, so that we can perform different operations about it by the help of it. And then afterwards, when we are satisfied with it, we can recommend it to our more peoples, and then take feedback from them about the whole thing and fix any errors if found. So, and then if everything goes, we can recommend it to a wider range of people, and eventually the whole team, and eventually the whole organization, and then we can digitalize all the whole data of the whole company, I guess. But during the implementation, we may face some challenges, such as security breaches, as the digital data are always prone to digital cyber attacks and data breaches. Another challenge is the cultural shift, which is within the organization. Digitalization requires a change in mindset and processes, which can be difficult to implement. And like the main mindset of people is that they still prefer to keep data in paper, and then it may be hard for them to take the shift problem. So we need to change the mindset and eventually the processes. And there may also be some resistance from certain employees who are used to traditional traditional methods. So it is important to address all these issues and take adequate action to ensure a smooth transition. So as we all know that nothing is perfect, and we can also have some advantages and also some disadvantages. So I would like to invite Prabhakar, our teammate, to discuss them. Thank you.
I am prabhakar from our srivastav. I'd like to thank our teachers and our teammates and you all class to giving me this opportunity to present this type of magnificent and beautiful presentation on this platform. Then I start. And previously, my teammates gave some brief introduction on the topic, which is digitalization of paper processing. About it, history, implementation, mechanism, and a key point, what is digitalization. We know everything which exists, either living being or non-living thing, have its disadvantages and advantages. Like that, digitalization of paper processes has also its disadvantage and advantages. Let's first talk about its advantage, because we choose anything which has more advantages than disadvantages. Then first, if we're going to digital, we make sure that we use less consumption of paper. We also think that we reduce cutting of major trees, which are the major source of paper processing, because these trees are major source of oxygen present in the environment. If we don't stop this, the day is not far away that people walk with an oxygen cylinder with him. And for this reason, digitalization is must and necessary thing to do it right now. This is a perspective regarding the frame of environment. If we think regarding the industrial view, we find that if we digitalize all our data, it is very profitable move. For industry, it reduces the expenses related to printing, storage and postage and manual processes. It also helps in increasing efficiency and productivity of an industry by automate its tasks and increase the workflow using the all data given by the industries, which are sales data, history of the company, profits of the company, and finding out and track the growth of an industry by analyzing it. This and the main thing is the security issue. If you don't secure our data, that is not a good thing, because our original content can be stolen by others and used for their process. That we see in the major advantages of the digitalization of paper processes, we must have to move to their disadvantages, and it's necessary for taking precautions from its consequences. For these, we have to know that the new era of the world based on three pillars, which is data, time, and money. It is necessary to use these things to an unitely. The disadvantage of digitalization of paper processes is that we have to digitalize our data that we have to invest a massive amount to build an infrastructure. That we are the students of the computer science that for printing in a one line of data, printing in a one line of sentence, we have to write so many lines. If we have to collect in a data, which is thousands, crores, and many lines, we have to build a massive infrastructure, which costs a massive amount. That is one of the disadvantages of the digitalization of paper process. And there is one more that we have to depend on the technical staff, that if we doesn't know anything, we have to learn. And for learning anything, we have to pay for that which teaches. And there is also a disadvantage of data breach, because we upload when we upload, we convert our data from an physical to analog format. We have to follow some steps to secure our data, because digital documents can be vulnerable to be hacking, data breaches, and cyber attacks requiring robots security measures. These are the major disadvantages of digitalization of the process. There are more disadvantages, but we have to stop there and move to another topic, which is examples of the successful digitalization. In the many fields, we use the digitalization of the paper process, like in healthcare. Digital medical records, telemedicine, and online appointment booking improve patients' care. For example, before several days, Bharat Sarkar or Indian government had launched a portal where we can upload our healthcare certificates like CT scan certificate or some data for records to reduce our cost for doing them on several times. There are some more examples, like we use the digitalization in return processes, online shoppings, mobile payments, and distant receipts offer seamless customers and experience. And then also infrastructure, smart transformation, sensor networks, and energy management a system enhance city infrastructure. For seeing all these things, we have to conclude that in conclusion, the digitalization of paper process is a crucial step towards improving in efficiency, accuracy, and cost effectiveness across industry. Technologization like OCR, machine learning, and automation streamline workflows, yielding and shaving productivity gains. Challenges like security and manageable with best practices. Digitalization in industry, future, fostering growth and innovation. There are some several differences from where we collect the data, like Google, YouTube, and Microsoft Edge. There are more a lot we find there on. I would like to thank you all to hearing me on this platform, or our teammates, and thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.